Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Today is a special show. Today we have the day 2 of the Cameroon government's testimonies. They went there and they were just lying to the United Nations about the crimes that the government has committed. Okay, but we are gonna get a hold of that so that we can understand how the government of Cameroon has been lying and lying and lying along the years. Okay, we know that there is an ongoing war in Ambazonia, but how can the government say that there is not that a war is almost getting to end? How do you end a war when you don't negotiate? Okay, and there is rising tension and violence that the government is committing in Ambazonia as we speak. So the government cannot go there and be telling lies about what is happening there. Since 2017, we know that there have been reports of genocide. Okay, yes, the Paul Biya himself, who declared war on the people of Ambazonia, made it clear that they were ready to assimilate the people of Ambazonia through extrajudicial killings. Okay, we have seen all those kind of killings that is happening. They will kill somebody and go and put a gun on the person to say, oh, he's an Ambazonian fighter. Okay, arbitrary arrest and detention. We see that every single day. They will do what we call kale. They go and arrest people. Kale is that form that they just go and arrest people. Then they say they're asking them for ID card. You understand? I don't know if the ID cards cannot do an electronic ID card that you can just hand people ID card. The government will arrest people because they don't have ID cards. Okay, and they'll lock them up. They start asking for money. That is kidnap and ransom. All right. This is what we call arbitrary arrest and detention. I don't know if the government of Cameroon understand what is called arbitrary arrest and detention. They will arrest, they will detain, they will torture, they will mistreat. They will do everything to make you never to want to go back to that place. And when we mention all this all the time, people say no, the government is just trying to put things. That government that has been in power for 42 years, what can come out from that government? What can come out from that government? If not of the false lies, narrative, and everything that has to do with just blatant lies and misstatements that they are doing just to fool the international community that things have gone back to normal and they say that they are in control. Right? The war is still ongoing. The killing is still ongoing. The people of Southern Cameroon are still under the same bondage. They are still the people of Ambazonia are still under occupation. Their land is still under occupation. The people of Ambazonia cannot freely do their things by themselves because the army of occupation is in Ambazonia, wreaking havoc, committing all kinds of crimes, atrocities on the people of Ambazonia, and instead saying that they are the one committing crimes on themselves. I've not seen a people say that they commit crimes against themselves. I've not seen people commit crime against themselves. The military come there, they occupy the land, wreak havoc on the local population, intimidate the local population, arbitrarily detain people, torture people. That's what they do. They threaten people against their wish to do things that they don't want to do. They will arrest you, torture you, to go and say things that you are not ready to say because you are afraid of your life. So there is intimidation just to get information from people, which is not the real information. Okay, and at the end of the day, what happened? The people are made to to face the military, every single day there is someone who is being killed. That is what we call extrajudicial killings. Yes, there is extrajudicial killings in Ambazonia as we speak. So when people are in Cameroon, they should understand that there is war going on in Ambazonia, and the Cameroon regime does not want the international community to come and investigate. They don't want it. That's why they are hiding what is going on in Ambazonia. And there is a lot of cover-ups, okay, and misinformation going out there. Since 2016, there has been a war in Ambazonia, a war that the people did not expect, coming from the President Paul Biya, who declared war. Until today, they commit all forms of atrocity that you can think of. All forms of atrocity are being committed on the people of Ambazonia. So when people say that, the government is the military are nice, go and look, ask the people who are on the ground. You will get a first-hand information of how Cameroon government military are committing atrocities on the people there. You won't imagine how many people are being killed every day who are just questioning the government, who are just trying to say, hey, we need this thing to stop. We need negotiation to start immediately. The government ran away from Switzerland negotiation. The government of Cameroon ran away from other negotiation like Canada. Today, they are claiming that they are winning the war in Ambazonia. Okay? But they should understand that the people of Ambazonia are the ones fighting this war. And their resilience, their determination will never stop until justice is sought. No matter how many activists you can arrest, no matter how many activists you can threaten or what, you are not solving the problem. The root causes is the problem of the war itself. What the cause of the war? How can it be resolved? Through negotiation process. And that is how you can end war. You cannot end a war. For the past 8 years, did you think that your weapon can end the war? No. Your intimidation cannot end it. So why do you still use the same old method to think that you can end it? It will not end. So go to negotiation, meet with all the Ambazonian leaders, talk on the table. Okay, this is about the 8 million Ambazonian people. This is not about you just saying, oh, the war it has ended. Then what about the life of the people? Those people in jail, incarcerated, those people who are locked up, illegally locked up in dungeons of La Republique, what are they doing there? Those people who are in refugee camps, who fled to Nigeria, think of it. So this thing, if one person just come and make a statement there, that person doesn't know what they're talking about. They have to go and find out about the Ambazonian people, because they sit in Yaoundé and make false statements of what is going on. They don't know what is going on, because if they know what is going on, then they won't be saying that things are going back to normal. Okay, things ain't going back to normal anytime soon. The people of Ambazonia are very, very ready to take back their country, take back what belongs to them, and that is what they are doing. So anybody can say what they want. That's their business. Ambazonian people are people who know what they are looking for. They know what they want. Okay. Now look at those things that La Republic government told lies at the United Nations. They said they don't have any arbitrary arrest and detention. I already talked about that. They said they don't do torture and ill treatment. Do you know what they're talking about? No, just look at the journalists that disappeared. Look at the way they tortured Longa. Look at the way they tortured other musicians. Look at the way they tortured detainees. Look at the way they have physical and psychological abuse of. Okay. Then they say, no, the things are going back to normal. There are several instances where you see La Republic military torturing inmates, torture them, and they come and say no, that they don't do that. Those are the 4 statements. False statement number 4: use of live ammunition against civilians. Like the public say that they don't use live ammunition against civilians. Come on. There have been instances where you see that Cameroon B use live rounds on crowd. All this Ngabu. How did Ngabu happen? Ngabu massacre. How did Kumba happen? Kumba, they went to a school and killed children in school, students. How is Santa happen? How did Manfe happen? How did all these other massacre, mass killing, Ekona, Santa, all these are where the military went there and used live ammunition and shoot at people. Some, in the case of where you see them maybe in a funeral, or they are in a funeral ceremony, or they were somewhere, they shoot live ammunition at them. And that representative of Cameroon is saying that no, they did not do that. What a blatant lie. What a blatant lie. And you see them, people would then look at them that these people are honest people. They'll say they are honest people. But those are things that are happening in these past years that we all know. We all know. And
the grieving of a family and a community faced with the unbearable image of a mother and her 2 children buried in one coffin. There was not enough money to buy 3. Here in Nigeria, around 5,000 English-speaking Cameroonian refugees took part in the funeral of 8 members of the same family. They are believed to have died of carbon dioxide poisoning. Barnabas's wife is one of the victims. He tells us that most had just arrived in the area of Ikom from Cameroon after fleeing fighting in their villages.
It was because of this problem of Cameroon that most of them, they joined us here. They were just living here with me, the entire family. I'm so sorry that God who brought them to this world actually returned them back.
Not far away, on the other side of the border, the victims' home village is now controlled by Cameroonian soldiers. 8 months ago, Dadi was secessionist stronghold. Today, most locals are gone. The army suspected many of being accomplices of armed separatists.
The village is deserted because the inhabitants are accomplices. If they were innocent, they could have given us information about the secessionist fighters. Now they are gone. We even want them to come back, but they don't want to.
But
those are them. You see how many people that they kill. This is just an example of what, when they go to Ambazonia, how they kill people without remorse. And now they went to the United Nations and be lying about what their soldiers are doing. Number 5 lie: destruction of property. The Latpovi military said that the representation of these guys say that they don't destroy property. Almost 400 to 500 houses. 500 houses and villages have been burned down. Hospitals, schools, a lot of other things that the military has been accused of. And then they come and say that, oh, this is what, You cannot go to somebody's village and burn the whole village. If this is not genocide, I don't know, because when people say no, like some like Simon Munzo was saying that, oh, Latpobi did not commit genocide. I mean, what is genocide? Because we all know genocide is defined by the United Nations as involved act of committing with intent to destroy a national, ethnic, racial, or religious group in whole or in part. They intend to destroy. That is genocide. So what is Dr. Samuel Munzo saying about that? What Latpobi is doing in Ambazonia today is not genocide. You go to a whole village, burn more than 400 villages, all houses down, everything down, and they come and say, no, they did not destroy property. So all the people that got their houses burned, they mean that they're not going to compensate them, or they're not going to look at what. That is a false statement I'm talking about. Because you can't be saying false statement where people know that the truth is there, the evidence is there, the photos are there, the images are there. People are still mourning today their loved ones. Number 6 lie: attacks on medical facilities. There are a lot of reports that we all know that the military raided hospitals. They go to hospitals and take out patients and kill them. That is how bad it is. You go to a hospital, you take out somebody who is sick. Whereas in a war, in a crisis, in any conflict, the medical people, the hospitals are no-go zones. It means that even if you want to shoot a bomb, you have to make sure that that bomb does not land on a hospital. Even if you want to go and arrest somebody, you don't go in a hospital. Because medically speaking, even if it's somebody who has committed a crime, that hospital there protect that person, because the person has to be cleared medically. Okay? I'm speaking as a law enforcement person. We cannot go and arrest somebody who has a medical condition and they accept that person. Even in the jail, they will not accept that person. They'll say, hey, take him back to the hospital. You cannot arrest somebody who has fractures and all those things, take them to the jail. You don't do that. First, you have to take them to be cleared in the hospital. Those are basic human rights. It has nothing to do with whether yes, the person committed a crime, but you don't mistreat that person because he committed a crime when you have not, first of all, verified if the person committed a crime. You have not judged that person. The person must be medically cleared before you say the person has any crime and taken to the court. That's why if a judge will not accept somebody in their court who is not medically cleared, because they might say the person is suffering from trauma, the person is suffering from these illnesses. That is it. But does La Republic do Cameroon respect that? No way. They don't respect that. They'll go to a hospital, arrest people, torture them, and take them out of the hospital. They don't even say, okay, cure them. That is how bad it is. And they will go to the United Nations and be telling lies. These all lies. Number 7 lie that they talk. Number 7 lies is forced displacement. Forced displacement. In this crisis in Ambazonia, we have seen the highest amount of internally displaced and externally displaced persons. Internally displaced IDPs, you see them spread all over different parts of Cameroon and Ambazonia. Externally displaced, a lot of refugees went to Nigeria. Some went to Central Africa. Some went to Gabon. Some went to this country. That is what we call externally displaced. Then there will be those lies coming up and, okay, yes, we have seen all this. And these are all what we're talking about. Sexual and gender-based violence. Okay, we all know that in a war, women and children are exempted from anything. But instead, when this Cameroon military in Ambazonia have committed the worst crimes against women and children. From Mama Api to Baby Mata, from all these other people that have been killed in all these atrocities. This is what we are talking about. Those are the lies, right? That I'm still telling you. We have seen cases of rape. We have seen cases of mistreatment. We have seen cases of sexual violence against women, children, that this military are committing as we speak in Ambazonia. Number 9 is targeting of humanitarian workers, this is very, very clear. The United Nations workers are not even allowed to go to Norwest and Southwest. As they call it, they're not allowed to go to Ambazonia to see for themselves what is happening on the ground. They are not allowed to do that because the government does not want them to know what is happening. Okay, that's why they will go and be telling all those lies in the United Nations, start saying all the lies that they can say. Okay, but that's what is happening as we speak. Okay, and the UN has asked them to investigate a lot of those crimes. So we're expecting them to give more rigorous answers to that and what crimes that they have been committing in Ambazonia. Okay, suppression of freedom of expression is also another one that they say, oh no, the journalists have rights. How many journalists have these people killed? From Martinez Zogo to Wazizi to even Mimi Mefo. Mimi Mefo was arrested. How many journalists have been killed that we don't know their whereabouts today? So there's nothing this government can tell you that somebody can. Okay, the journalists and activists face harassment, they face arrest, they face violence for speaking out against the military. That is what is happening. And the Cameroon government will go there and say, no, they claim of improved security. So the Cameroon government claimed that the security situation in Ambazonia is in control. That's what they have been saying for the past 5 years now, right? but look at the contradiction. The human rights organization, including Amnesty International and even the Human Rights Watch, they report that the violence in Ambazonia has worsened over the past years. So La Republic government is lying that the situation is under control, whereas the Amnesty International, the Human Rights Watch, they report that the violence in the Amazonian region is worsening over the past years. So who is telling the lies now? Okay, because if the report says that there are thousands of deaths, mass displacement, and widespread human rights abuses that the government of Cameroon forces are committing on the local population. Okay, then the claim of control is seen as really oversimplification of the complex and ongoing conflict, because they just say, oh, everything is under control. Everything is under control. Go and see for yourself that this government is lying because they don't want to go to negotiation. They don't want to sit with the Ambazonian leaders and talk. Okay? They don't. Because if they want to, this war would have ended long ago. Okay? The Cameroon government insists at the United Nations, saying that no, they did not commit any crime. They said that their military. Let me read what this guy said. Somebody sent me something. They say, where is that one? Yeah, that was. Yeah. Okay. They are lying. Cameroon government said that their military is very professional, and their military has not committed any crime against the people of Ambazonia, right? So the Cameroon government is maintaining that their security forces adhere to the international standard, which is a lie. They don't respect human rights. And you remember, of recent, the American embassy put up a statement on their page that they are training the Cameroon military to fight against Boko Haram or whatever. But they had to take that down because they know that the Cameroon military are instead coming to kill our people. The significant evidence from international watchdog documented these extrajudicial killings, torture, enforced disappearances. You remember? The evidence is there. Nobody even need. What happened to people like Longe is not something that is new. Okay, Dr. Akwanga, one of our frontline leaders, suffered even worse than what Longe went through. Willie de Paris, you saw Willie de Paris' video of his own torture. Those are just because they were captured on a video. Imagine one that people like Agbobala and all these Seseko went through. Imagine the torture, because those ones did not have camera, so you did not see them. But these are ones that you see. Okay, so this pattern, there's a continued pattern of abuse. It's not something that happened one. You say, okay, it's just once, right? It's not something that happened twice. You can say, okay, maybe it's a mistake, but it's continuous pattern of abuse. Okay, even that's why the US cannot claim that they are training them, because they know that if they go and claim that, they deleted the post that they were training the Cameroon forces. Why? Because if you go and put that you are training these kind of people, barbarians, can you train barbarians to go and say, oh, they are nice, they have improved training? All those will still raise questions about the government accountability mechanism, right? Because you cannot train people who cannot train themselves. You cannot train barbarians. They will not change. They will still be doing killings, extrajudicial killings, torture, enforced disappearance, like Wazizi. Wazizi is an Ambazonian journalist who disappeared. Nobody knows where Wazizi is till today. Martinez Zogo the family was even lucky that they saw his mutilated body. But till today, do we have accountability for Wazizi? This is an example that all we know. It's a journalist, Ambazonian journalist. Till today, the family don't know where Wazizi is. Disappeared. It's a journalist. But because it's an Ambazonian, the government has locked nobody up for Wazizi. But they have locked so many people up for Martinez Zogo, who is from Yaoundé. You see the contradiction, right? That's why I say, when you say genocide, that is a good example or the meaning of genocide, where they select certain ethnic group, certain class of people, certain races to exterminate them. Okay, and the government has nobody to answer for. Okay, yes. Another lie that these people went and lie is the denial of arbitrary detention. Who don't know that all Southern Cameroonians who are now in detention are arbitrarily arrested and detained? Who doesn't know that? Even the one that were arrested in Nigeria, the Naira 10 and the Taraba 39, the Nigerian High Court passed a judgment that these guys should be released, because the condition of their release, they don't know any crime. These guys are asylum seekers. These guys are Nigerian citizens that are working in Nigeria. They have base in Nigeria. They've been there for many years. You come from Cameroon to Nigeria and go and arrest them. The government of Nigeria saw that it was a mistake, and they ordered the Cameroon government to send all these people back to Nigeria. We hear some recently that they said that they have released I think the Taraba 36, 37. But we are not sure if they were released or they are still in jail, because they did not commit any crime in the first place. The only crime is that they are Ambazonians, like the Naira 10. What crime did the Naira 10 commit? Rather than fighting for justice, fighting for what belongs to them. Okay, that is what we are talking about. The Cameroon government they were asked about the claims of progress on gender equality and all those. Cameroon government has a worst record. Okay, the worst record. They were saying that they respect women and participation of women. They don't. There are positions that women cannot still hold in that country, Cameroon. They don't respect gender equality. So if they talk about gender equality, even in the political life, they don't believe that a woman can still even be president. they still don't believe that. Okay, so that is what we are seeing in that country, that some women cannot even hold high-ranking positions. They'll say, hey, it's a, and that is why in America today, domestic violence, if you beat your woman in the house now, you don't have bail for that, because it's about gender equality, and when you beat a woman in the house in America, they'll send you to jail. They will say, okay, and it goes to your record that you have committed domestic violence, and many jobs will not even take you, will not hire you because of domestic violence now in America. So just imagine how bad it is. But in Cameroon, I see the way police people, even the police people, the way they beat women even more than their husband can even beat them. And there's no consequences for that. You want to go for a job, they will tell you have to have sex with the manager or the director before you have that job. This is sexual exploitation. This is something that those directors should be punished for using their position to acquire sex. That is clear. It's corruption. There's no other word you call it, and that is very normal. That the people who are in high office want to have sex for people. So it's not based on competence. It's not based on. It's based on who can really give sex to the manager to have that position, and to them it's normal. That is what the lies that these people are saying, that okay, they are trying to look that they respect the women participation in political life and appointing women in leadership positions and so on and so forth. That is not true, because in Cameroon is worst. The situation is worst as we speak. Okay. Another one that these people were talking about the lies in the United Nations was the commitment to press freedom and human rights defenders. The Cameroon delegation just said all this, but it was all lies, because they don't respect all this. They don't. Okay, you see the arrest of journalists, you see the arrest of different civil rights groups, because they want to question the government. Okay, there's no free press. There's none. The journalists are being harassed, arbitrarily arrested, and even there's a whole bunch of sensitivities in what they report. As a journalist in Cameroon, you cannot report anything without being arrested. Okay, that is the problem. Okay, so if Cameroon government is saying that genocide is not in Cameroon, it is actively going on in Cameroon. There's active killing. People are dying because of the war going on. Okay, and that is why you see Biya, who declared war, is not even talking about the war anymore, because he knows that he cannot end it. If he end it, it will be the end of the regime. So they are keeping the war to use it as a means to stay in power. It's not as a means to end the war. It's just a means to stay in power. That's why they are keeping the war. Okay, and we see that happening because they want to use that as to tell the international community that okay, they are still in control. But in the long run, that's not what is happening. Okay, I'll play this and you see. Okay.
The president of the 64th session of the United Nations General Assembly, Ali Treki, is also received by the head of state. The warmth of the relations reveals the friendly ties between both personalities. The last time they met was in September 2009. Today, they are meeting again. President Poble has been handed two Cameroonian maps with clearly defined and traced boundaries of Cameroon. The personalities received by President Paul Biya today have one thing in common. They were active participants at the 50th anniversary celebrations of the independence and reunification of Cameroon. Jean-Victor Nkolo, the spokesperson of the President of the 64th General Assembly of the United Nations Organization, has also been received by the head of state. Yesterday, his boss was received by the President of the Republic, during which audience President Ali Treki presented to President Paul Biya 2 unique maps of Cameroon dating from 1949, preserved in the cartographic archives of the United Nations in New York. Jean-Vincent Nkolo is a Cameroonian, and he came to pay a courtesy visit.
Yeah. You just saw the United Nations coming to give Paul Biya 2 maps, Ambazonia and La Republic of Cameroon. But there are people in Yaoundé there who live in Yaoundé. They don't live in okay. They will tell you that, oh, things are going back to normal. These people don't live in any other part that they are coming from. These are Ambazonians who are working in Yaoundé. They live in Yaoundé, they have their families in Yaoundé, but they will tell you, oh, there's no war going on in Ambazonia. But they themselves cannot live there. This, see the list. This is all of them like this are working and living in Yaoundé, but they'll tell you, oh, things are going back to normal. These are them. Okay, look at some of them are even dead. You don't even know which one is dead here now. But these are the people. Some of them are dead. I don't know which one is dead, though. But that's the prime minister in the middle. Then probably is he. Some of them died without achieving what they want, and they are the one helping that regime in Yaoundé to do all this, commit all these atrocities on their people. None of them will ever raise their voice. None. The active genocide going on in Cameroon, in Ambazonia, is because of these people. They would stay in Yaoundé. They'll say things are going back to normal. More than how many civilians have been killed? Thousands of civilians have been killed. More than 400 villages burnt. These people are there, silent, saying nothing. But if you hear what comes out from their mouth, oh, things are going back to normal. Oh, things are going back to normal. I don't know what has gone back to normal. But these are the people encouraging that regime to keep their people under that bondage. And to them, it's okay. Okay? It's okay for them. But that is a problem that we are going through. Okay? Yes. We have to really put emphasis on that so that we can change the mindset of the international community and work towards a very, very solid foundation. Okay? A lot of our people are depending on us and the leaders. They're depending on the activists. They're depending on those people because they themselves cannot say anything. Okay? They themselves cannot say anything. They are under duress. They are under pressure. Okay? They're under pressure to stay quiet. They cannot say anything because they thought. That's why we abroad, we are helping to put this thing to the forefront. If not, then our people will stay there. They cannot say anything. Okay, they cannot say anything. They always say, "Oh, we abroad have to help them to come out from this demise." That's why our role here is just to make sure that we keep talking about what's going on, keep sensitizing our people of what is going on in the diplomatic side, while we also say, okay, this is what we are seeing here, okay? Yeah. So this is what Thibon Nagy said. Southern Cameroon, okay, good to see the ABS TV. That is Comrade Chris Arnold was on ABS TV that saying about the unity, right? So most of the leaders are talking together. That is a good thing that you see. Ambassador Tibonagi is so excited. Okay, that during what we may an opportune time to push for the people's right to self-determination. Okay, yes, missing this window will be huge mistake and against the people's interest. That is what Ambassador Tibonagi is just saying here, and he's talking about unity. Okay, we have so many leaders. Some are ready to unite, to come to discuss about the future of Ambazonia. Some don't want to come. Sometimes I ask myself, but you are the leader for Ambazonia. You are not leader for yourself. So you either be the leader for Ambazonians to talk about the future of Ambazonia, or you are not a leader. It's two-way. Because I see some people, they don't. If the leaders have a meeting that they have to discuss, they don't come. So then I ask myself, when do they want to discuss? When do they want to have their own discussion about Ambazonia? Is it when the other people have finished talking, then they'll come now that they want to talk? Selling after the market? This struggle is for the future of 8 million people. So 10 people, 20 people cannot hold this struggle. Even 100 people cannot hold this struggle hostage. No way. If those 100 people think that they are too big for 8 million people, they will be shifted by the side. Because the majority carries the vote. It's not the minority that carries the vote in any society. You 20, 50 people go and sit and claim that you are the all and all. It doesn't work like that. Once the leaders come together, they come with their groups, they come with their powers, they come with their support from the people. So you go and sit there, you don't want to join, you don't want to. Why? When do you want to join? Ambassador Tibonagi is the former Secretary of African Affairs. He's telling you what he knows. He's giving you an idea that this administration is Trump administration. He's ready to help Ambazonians. The Secretary of State that we hope that he might be is Marco Rubio. Marco Rubio might be the Secretary of State who Ambassador Tibonagi told us that he was the one in Congress who was pushing for Ambazonian crisis to be discussed. And now Trump is putting him the secretary. So that's what he's saying. He said this is a blessing for the people of Ambazonia to stand up and unite for the sake of one voice so that our crisis can be resolved. That is what he's saying. And we hope something good can come out, because if not, this opportunity, he said, is one of the rare opportunity for Amazonian people that we need to take advantage of. Okay, we need to take advantage of so that we can go further. And okay, thank you for listening. God bless you. God bless the people of Southern Cameroon, Ambazonia. Please make sure you share. Those people watching on YouTube and Facebook, share. Thank you for watching. Thank you very much.
Chief Efuka Endeli na Parliament Chief Wapo John Efufa Manga William, His Royal Highness Chief Dr. Efuka Endeli Mwandavele Majano Amirola Rene Roka Yaba Koja Lingane Mokonone Yengera Parliament Chief Agongere Woli Olatea Ayoko